Hi, this is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. About a year ago, we took our first boondocking adventure at Jenny's sister's house up in New York. And if you've watched the 3 or 4 videos since that time, most of them have been related to power. But that's basically because we didn't need to worry about water because we were at a farm. We had unlimited water. We didn't use the water in our Airstream. We didn't use the tanks at all, as a matter of fact, except for the restroom, the facilities. We didn't take showers. We didn't wash dishes. We didn't do anything. So we knew going in that we weren't going to have a water issue. But when I got home and thought about all the electrical issues we had, what would have happened had we have been somewhere and we needed to go get more water? Well, it's kind of a job to hook up your camper from your campsite and take your camper somewhere where you can hook a hose up to it and fill your tank back up. So I got to thinking about various means of water and stuff and did a little research, and this is what I came up with. When I get back, I'm going to open it up for the first time and we're going to see what's included, why I thought this would be a good solution, and how I plan to use it.
Airstream song, cruising to the campsite singing our song. Airstream song, we are the Airstream Nerds. Yeah!
So this is the Easy Pack water storage distribution storage bladder. It's a 25-gallon water storage bladder. Now, when I did some research on these things, I found plenty of them that were all in one, where the bladder and everything was one piece, you fill it up, but there were a lot of complaints about leaks. So I looked for, and also there were complaints about the water taste and or people's concerned about, growing bacteria, mildew, or mold inside of the bladder because it didn't drain properly or whatever. So I think this type of setup is a good deal. It's basically the bladder, and then you have inserts that you purchase, and you use, the inserts are thick. We'll open one of these up in a bit. But first, let's see what comes in this box. I should have at least cut the tape on here to prep it, but you guys really can see I haven't opened it. Okay, so we got, this is just pipe sealing tape. That is the valve. I'm not sure what that is yet. Okay, we have we are Easy Pack, this is what we do. Manual online. I have a 20% coupon promo code at checkout with this purchase. And that's pretty much it with that. Here's the manual with it. Let's see if there's anything that we don't already know. Yeah, don't store this inside the house when it's full. 25 gallons of water is a lot of water to spill in your house to have to clean up. 2 layers. The outer layer, which is this, is rugged and designed to protect the bladder. The inner plastic liner insert is designed to store the water. So they recommend replacing the insert after use. Fold it, store it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of technical stuff in here. So they have a 50-gallon model, which I thought would be a little too big since we only have a 33, 34-gallon tank. Have to look that up, and I'll put that. It's a 2015 Flying Cloud, so it's a 25-foot. So I will put our water storage capacities down below there. So this is what it looks like. So it looks like you've got straps to strap it into the back of your pickup truck. So the idea behind this is You put this in the bed of your pickup truck. You drive your truck, leave your camper. You drive your truck somewhere where you can get water. Wow. Didn't know what that was, crawling up my leg. It was a spider. You hook the valve up to it. I'm guessing that's what these O-rings are for. Yeah, these are replacement O-rings. So it gives you 2 replacement O-rings. I recommend storing these in a dark, dry place in your, your parts in your camper. And there's also a fitting that you can use for like a more permanent type connection. Or maybe this is just for a drain or whatever. But this is a hose connection, so you just screw your hose on. Got my hose right here. So you take your hose, you screw it in there, you fill it up. Now this comes with 1 bag, 1 insert already. So that is the insert. All right, so you have this thing sitting in your back of your bed of your pickup truck. You've got some cables holding it to keep it from sliding around, because the biggest danger to these things is sliding around and an impact blowing a seam. The good thing about this double insert is that you're less likely to have a seam on here break by bouncing around, because you've got an inner liner basically, which is the reason why I picked this one. So you have this in the bed of your truck. You take the cover off, you put the nozzle on, you hook the hose up that hopefully you've brought with you, even though you're boondocking. You fill this bladder up with 25 gallons of water. Not sure how you check. I guess once this thing gets a little firm, like filling a bicycle tire, you'll kind of know when it's full. You turn off the water, you drive it back to your campsite, you hook the hose up to your fill valve, which is on the other side of this camper, and you let it drain into there. Should you not have it drain, I also have a pump that I can use, and I'll put a link to this below. So if for whatever reason you want to get all the water out of here, I assume you could just put that right onto there. I mean, it's a hose connection, so you connect it onto here. You connect your drill to the bit here, and as you turn it, it pumps the water in and out, in or out. Now there are arrows on here, so it pumps from this way to this way. So you'd put it on this, and you could pull the water out. Or should you go somewhere where I don't know why you would need to pump water into this. Maybe you want to pump water out of your tank into this because you're taking a day trip somewhere and you need some water. I don't know, but you can pump it the other way as well. It's a good little pump. It's cheap, and it works well as long as you have your screw gun with you. So let's flip this thing over. So back side of this thing is where we put the easy packs in, the bladders. Each of these come with another directions. Wow, a whole roll of Teflon tape. That's nice. I mean, you'll never need Teflon tape again if you buy this. You get a roll with everything. So, and then they have this padded over, I guess, so when you store it, it doesn't puncture itself. But each of these come with their own lid and thread, just like you saw on the other side. This is see if it says on here what the mill is on these. If it doesn't, I can figure it out, and I'll put that down below. Does not say, okay. But I can tell you from feeling it, it's not a milk carton. but it's also not a Ziploc. It is thick. So it is a heavy, and it's heat welded or heat steam sealed or whatever they call that on the edges here. Looks like a nice I don't know, 3/8 inch seam across here on all the edges. So now I don't really want to fill up one of these bladders. The bladders, if I remember right, I guess I'm saying it wrong. These are the bladders. Well, they're all bladders technically, but these things are like 30 bucks each. So you buy one of these for each use, I don't know if each season maybe, if you're good and you can get them dried out well in between uses. I would be concerned about storing water in not storing water, but putting it away with some water in it, and it grows something inside. So I've got some large Ziplocs I'll put this in to protect it. But no, I think this is a pretty neat solution that appears to be a little bit more flexible than some of the other ones that are just large tanks. So this is Velcroed here and a couple of zippers. You know what? Let me see this. So the pictures, they show this like strapped up and down, not necessarily laying flat, but it's also showing, okay, so this would probably be the proper way to set it because you don't want the weight on these zippers. And then the spigot part hanging off the edge. So just like they're showing it here with the valve connected, they're using some other valve. That's not the one that comes with it, but it's the same principle. You could use this valve the same way. Maybe that's what that other fitting was for. So you could do a permanent setup if you were going to set this back in there and have a pipe over to like a little sink or something like that. I'm not sure. But I think this is going to work out good. I will update this post when I use this. So these inserts are replaceable food grade inserts. No cleaning required. That's basically because you just replace them. Yeah, I'll put a link to all this stuff below. I think with the right tools, my whole attitude on boondocking, folks have said that boondocking is not hard. Well, of course it's not hard if you have experience doing it and you have the proper tools. Now, what I've complained about boondocking and said how difficult it was if I thought ahead of time that I would need all the extra preparation. You know, you buy an Airstream, you get solar panels put on there. You're like, hey, I'm good to go. I don't need power. I'm good. You know, unless I have a generator if I want to run my air conditioning, but I don't need power for anything else. Well, spend 3 or 4 days in pouring down rain with complete thick overcast. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you want to try to stay warm, you run out of power pretty quick. If I had all those devices from my other previous posts, wouldn't have been so bad. We'd have been fine. We'd been able to charge our phones. We'd have had lights. We'd have had everything we needed. Now I'm sure that if we ever go somewhere and we're talking about a water situation, now that I have the proper tools, water won't be as big of an issue. It's not like we are wherever we are and we go, okay, we have 30 gallons of water. When we run out, we don't have any water anymore. If we don't have it in bottled water form or a cooler or something like that with water, we don't have water. So having the proper tools, of course, makes boondocking easier. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next trip. Once again, this is Jeff.
And Jenny.
And we're the Airstream Nerds. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, put any comments below, and we'll see you on the next trip.